August 17th, Sunday, Luke 12:49 to 53. There was a young man, a devoted Catholic, who was drafted into the Royal Air Force and found himself in a military barracks with 30 other men. On the first night, he had to make a big decision. He had always knelt to say his prayers. Should he continue to kneel now that he was in the military service? He hesitated a little bit and then said to himself, "Why should I change just because people are watching? Am I going to begin my life away from home by letting other people dictate what I should and should not do?" He decided to kneel. By the time he finished, he was aware that everyone else was looking at him curiously. And when he made the sign of the cross, he was aware that they knew that he was a Catholic. As it turned out, he was the only Catholic in the barracks. Yet, night after night, he knelt in prayer. On the last day in boot camp, someone said to him, "You are the finest Christian I have ever met." This story illustrates one of the points in today's gospel. Commitment to Jesus Christ means taking a stand on certain things. And sometimes that stand sets us in opposition to other people. But it is precisely this opposition that makes it possible for us to give the kind of witness that Jesus talks about. Sometimes our commitment to Jesus will cause us to be persecuted, as Jeremiah was in today's first reading. Sometimes it will cause us to struggle, as St. Paul notes in today's second reading. Sometimes it may even cause us to oppose our own family, as Jesus warns in today's gospel. We have some passionate and disturbing words from Jesus today. First, he expresses his deep desire to cast fire on the earth. In the imagery of the Old Testament, fire is a symbol of God's powerful presence. We remember Moses at the burning bush, the pillar of fire that accompanied the Israelites by night as they wandered through the desert to the promised land, as well as the tongues of fire that hovered over the disciples at Pentecost. It is this Pentecostal fire that burns men's hearts and draws them to change the direction of their lives. Second, Jesus expresses a longing for his baptism to be accomplished. Baptism here refers to his immersion in the terrible suffering and death by which we will be liberated. Third, Jesus says he has come not to bring peace but division on the earth. At first sight, this is a hard saying and it does not make any sense. Is Jesus not the Prince of Peace? Was not the final greeting of the risen Christ to his disciples in the upper room, "Peace be with you"? The breakup of families, father against mother, parents against children, in-laws against in-laws, was unfortunately only too common as one or more members in a family decided to follow Christ and be baptized. Jesus had warned that those who wanted to follow him had to be ready, if necessary, to leave home and family and enter into a new family of brothers and sisters. The one who leaves a family for the sake of Christ and the gospel shows a greater love for one's family and will never cease to love them, no matter how viciously they may react to the choice the Christian has felt it necessary to make. Dear friends, in the long run, truth and love will prevail. They must. Wishing you a holy Sunday. Father Paul, CSSR from Kerala.